Pettersson and Miller. Was
Yes.
there obvious chemistry issues, and you just and people just accepted it for what it was because they were winning more than they were losing?
Yes. And Elias was Rookie of the Year. I
Yeah.
mean, you look at the performance and you say, okay, but you could tell that, JT is a fiery, emotional player. Anybody that knows him, and one of the reasons they did so well last year was he was kind of the heart and soul, and he especially in the playoffs, he just kept them going. And but again, the sensitivity training and younger guy, and you have to read the personality of the guys you're playing with. And I don't think JT ever got that with Elias, that you want him to perform at his best. You have to treat him a little differently. You can't just, say, well, okay, I don't like this about your game. I don't like this about your attitude. You try and finesse it so that he gets better. But I don't think JT wanted to do that or was willing to do that. And that's why he was gone.
Did they trade the right guy?
Look at the birth certificates. I think that's, the contract. JT's got a long contract, and he's 6 years older than Elias, and Elias was Rookie of the Year. And I think that's you go with the younger guy and hope that you can get him back to where he was when he first came in. He's obviously lost his confidence and lost that swagger that he had in his first year when, he had that, well, okay, you think I'm too skinny, or you think I fall down too much, or whatever. He had that, well, just watch me do this. And then he'd put up some points and make some moves that made the highlight reels. And now I think that he's just lost that swagger, and now he hesitates, and he slows down to make the plays rather than keep skating. And there's lots of things, but he needs a reset too. He needs.
How would you do that for him? How would you get that confidence back, or help him get that confidence?
Before you do that, they have two of the greatest Swedish-born players in the history of the game in the organization. Shouldn't this be Daniel and Henrik's number one challenge? No.
Well, okay, but they have to feel like they're able to do it, and that they want them to do it. And Henrik and Daniel, I think there's certain Swedish players that you can tell Henrik and Daniel are really working with them, and they're progressing, and Nils Höglander and people like that.
Sure.
But with Elias, I don't know whether he's amenable to having their criticism and their advice, not criticism. I don't know whether he's the kind of guy that would say, well, okay, these guys are Hall of Famers, and I've got to listen to them. And you know what it's like. You got kids that just, hey, I don't have to listen to you. Are you crazy?
Yeah. Deal with it every day.
Yeah.
Dealt with it
with it every day. Listen, I deal with every day with Millard, Cheech.
I know. You need the strangler to show up and keep him in line.
I've never been called too skinny. I wouldn't know what that was. That kind of criticism.
By the way, neither have I.
No,
it's okay.
Neither have I. But
let's take a break.
Of the things like I was watching some show. And I don't know whether it was on the NHL Network or Rick Bowness talking to Wayne Gretzky about putting up the points in the 80s, and
that was yesterday on TNT.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, and I agree, it was different times, and the goalies weren't as good, and you didn't have the big equipment, all sorts of things. And Edmonton was scoring 400 goals a year, and they had Messier and Curry and all those guys. But you look at now, and Rick did preface it by saying, well, the coaching's better, the players are better, all this kind of stuff. But you look back to the 80s and that, when Wayne was just tearing up everything. One coach, no dietitian, no trainers, no summer programs, absolutely none of that stuff. No fitness rooms. Fitness room? What are you talking about? You might have some bands where the sticks were, and you go and do that, but there was absolutely none of that stuff. And now the guys obviously train 12 months of the year, and they've got all these programs, got all this other stuff that's going on. And every day, you're going to eat this. You get on the plane, well, you're going to eat this. Well, we'll stop not stop, but we'll serve you 3 times when you're flying from Philly back to Vancouver. And here's what you'll have the first meal, and here's what you have the second meal, and here's what you have the third meal. And back then, I remember I played with Gordie Howe, and he had fried chicken every pregame. We didn't have, and when we did have a pregame meal, it was steak and French fries and chocolate sundaes for dessert. And that was our pregame meal. Yeah, I really feel like going out to play now. Yes, I'm pumped.
Okay, so I'm confused. What's your point on this? That the
there's more science to the game now.
Yeah, and as much as you say, well, it was easier for Gretzky, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was okay. The game was different, but easier? No, it wasn't easier. And Ovi credit. He is an amazing, amazing athlete, and that's, I don't think people give him enough credit for being as strong as he is, and being as durable as he's been, and playing through injuries and all the stuff that he's done. And I don't think there's ever been a better shooter. And you look at guys like Brett Hull and guys with quick shots, Pat LaFontaine, and people like that. And then you watch Ovi play, and you look at the wrist shot goals, and you look at the goal that he got against Carolina the other night, where the pass wasn't really in his wheelhouse. It was kind of off his back foot, and he still just nails it. And he is an amazing, amazing guy.